come and join me. No matter how angry or whatever is happening in your life at this moment, I beg, try chop. Try chop first, you get why. Okay? I'm just trying to make rice. I'm very hungry. So I'm just trying to cook rice and egg. I have sauce already. And I thought to address something that has bugged me for a while. So I don't know how many of you have watched my testimony video, but for as many people as that have watched it as I can remember, a few people reached out and all they had to say was, I'm not happy with you. I'm not happy with you. I'm not happy with you. And the reasons they gave should make me angry, but I just smile because like I understand how some of these things have come to start working these days, you know. And if you want to guess, just guess why they are not happy with me. They say, something like this happened to you and you did not tell me. And I will ask, if I tell you, what will you do? At least we can be praying. Now that brings me to the point I want to make in this video. Pray for your family and friends every single time you can. Don't wait till they call you and say something is wrong with them. Nobody is perfectly okay. It might not be physical, it might be mental, it might be financial, it might be psychological, it might be anything you can think of, but nobody is 100% okay. So remember your family and friends always in your prayers. I don't need to call you and say, hey, see waiting do me, or see how I'm going through, see what I'm going through, see what's happening to me before you put me in your prayers. No, pray for me. I pray for my family and friends. I might not call all your names every day, but I make sure that I try to make the prayer all encompassing to cover my family, friends, and loved ones. Do same for your family and loved ones. If you consider me family and friend, pray for me. Don't wait for me to announce something to you. I would rather share good news than bad news. Doesn't mean that I'm being unreal. It means that I'm trying to I throw more of positivity out there. I feel like there's already a lot of negativity out there. So why am I adding to it? Sorry, I've not even added salt to this rice. So why do I want to add to the negativity that abounds when I can be that positive light to enlighten, to brighten someone's day, not enlighten. I'd rather be that positive light that brightens someone's day than that negative light, you know. I used to always shout that when people say, I watch some YouTube videos. I do watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch some YouTube videos. Let me put salt on my face. And some people will be saying things like, oh, thank you for being vulnerable with us. I don't know what people are doing with somebody's vulnerability. Like that particular video, I know God wanted me to share it. A few comments, messages, and stuff I got from a few people afterwards was fulfilling for me. I realized that really this was why I was called, or I have been uneasy until I shared that story. I'm glad I did. It felt like the moment I finished sharing the story, it felt like something huge had been lifted off my shoulder. Even after posting it, let me tell you guys something. I almost removed it. I watched it and I did shed some tears watching it, and I almost removed it from my channel, but I said no. And while I was still contemplating, I got the first message that was like evident that this thing needed to be shared, so leave it there. And so I left it. I watched it a couple more times and really felt emotional, and then I decided I wasn't going to watch it again. I'll just let it be there for whoever needs it. And there are times where honestly I feel like, oh, you've worked so hard on this channel, you should have been monetized by now, you should have done this, and I begin to like drift away from the main reason I started this channel. And so now I do not bother about that anymore. I just share whatever it is I feel like would help someone. And also, at the end of the day, the reason I shared it wasn't for people to come pointing fingers at me. It happened, but that wasn't the goal. And so I'm just encouraging you all, when people share things like that, don't attack them. You that you have not checked up on me since, why have you not checked up on me? Now you're checking up on me and now accusing me of being unhappy with me. That how are you hearing it for the first time on YouTube? By the way, there are even some people who did not even acted like they did not see it, you know. So we'll just be chatting and then somehow maybe it comes up and they're like, I don't even want to say anything. Then, you know, there's a level of relationship you have with someone that people have accused, like, did you watch this thing? Yeah, I didn't even say anything. And they're like, you did not tell us now. We said we did not see it. We act, it's YouTube you told. We said when you tell me, you know, but it's okay, I'm fine. Like, I really have moved on. I don't need your sympathy actually. It wasn't for sympathy's sake. It wasn't for attack sake. It was for uplifting. It was to make those who needed it, make their faith stronger. Anytime I try to drift away from the original purpose of this channel, I remember what I did, and sometimes I go back to watch my very first YouTube video, and I said to myself, even if only one person, because I see some videos and I'm like, after all this effort, look at the number of views, it demotivates. I can't lie. But then I have moved mentally above that, and I just said, whatever I feel like sharing, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm sure it's gonna be for somebody, and I don't know, even if it's just one person I'm able to help, even if it's just one person I'm able to save, even if it's just one person that listens to my message and becomes better, even if it's just one person that watches my video and is able to achieve something they've been trying to achieve easily, I'm happy. And that's the goal for me. And so you might not hear me saying, oh, too much of, oh, I want you to subscribe, I want you to, it's not like I don't want it, but sometimes I feel like I don't think I say it a lot, but sometimes I still feel like I'm overflogging it, so I'm like, no need. And so I'm sweating. This kitchen is hot. I didn't even put the extractor fan. If I put it, it's going to make too much noise. But let me just, okay. I want to believe that the microphone would not make the noise too evident. But I'm just going to continue cooking. I'm very hungry. But that's what I wanted to share. Pray for your friends. Pray for someone. And do not, before you judge someone, before you judge someone, know that there is a lot you do not know about. Think. There's this thing, I'm going to love this extractor. I feel like it's making too much noise. But there's this thing I learned a long time ago. I don't do it often, but I want us to do it as humans to help us become better. It's the word think. You know, as we say, think before you say anything. They think or think, I don't know, think. Think. The T is that this thing I want to say. Is it true? If it's not true, abort mission, don't say it. The H is it honest? Is it helpful? If it's not going to help, drop it. The I stands for, is it important? This thing I want to say, is it important? If I don't say it, will anything happen? If nothing will happen, forget about it, don't say it. N is, this thing I'm saying, is it necessary? Is it necessary? If it's not necessary, Johnny, hold your mouth, padlock it if you have to. And the K of the think acronym is this thing kind? If it's not kind, please hold it. I see people in comment section, somebody post something. If you don't agree with it, move on. You don't have to respond to every post on social media. Be kind. People are going through a lot. Be kind. Pray for your friends. Pray for your family. Pray for even your enemies. Pray for your enemies. Pray for those who envy you, that God will give them a bit of what you have too, so that they will envy you less. I don't know, I feel like saying this now. I just went to my room and brought my camera and I'm like, no. Every day I will sit down, I will do a video. Sometimes you don't have the time to sit down. Sometimes do the video on the go. I want to learn this part. I see people, they are walking to school, they are doing video. They are walking to their office, they are doing video. That's how you can survive in this ministry. Because this is a ministry on its own. My rice is not yet ready. I was thinking that by the time I'm done talking with you, my rice will be ready. But please, this is my message for you. Be kind. Think before you speak. Interesting, I learned this acronym many years ago. I had this jotter where I write quotes that I love, where I write. There's power in writing things and reading good books. I read this thing, I'm sure more than 10 years ago. This thing I'm seeing. As I was trying to remember it, I was forgetting a few things, and I was thinking, oh, what's I? As I said H, I was like, what's I? What's I? And by the time I was done, I came in. So think, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it important? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it is not any of these things, abort mission. Don't say it. Don't say it. You will not die. Try it. I am not there, but I every time I remember this, I'm like, hey, I need to start practicing this again. The rice is not yet ready. You see it, but it will soon be ready. I think I'll end the video here. I didn't. It looks like I'm not angry. It looks like I don't know if I'm sounding angry. I'm not angry. I'm just trying to put it out there. Pray for your friends. Pray for your family. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for your enemies. Pray for yourself. Pray and pray and pray without ceasing. And this is where I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching. Stay kind. Think before you make that comment, before you type that comment, before you say that comment. It's not all about you. Think of others. Stay graceful. I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.